Hi, I'm Terry Chapman, and I'd like to share with you a brief introduction into this tool that we are calling the Journey. It is intended to be a helpful tool for orienting oneself on the path of transformation. The big picture is that we're living in disruptive times. There is disruption, disturbance, division at every level of our lives, culturally, environmentally, economically, religiously. We're living in a time of great disruption, and so we want to provide a compass to help participants find their way on the path. And so we begin with the idea of a circle or a mandala, which is intended to be an image that contains life experience. And we know that there's an emerging future, something that wants to happen, something that is coming from the future, emergence, something that we kind of sense is happening. And so to note that this is not a map that we're offering, but kind of a tool for orientation to see what you might need at any particular place on the path. So we divide our mandala into 4 sections or 4 quadrants with lines that are dotted lines in between, knowing that we move from one to another. And it really all begins in the first quadrant, the upper right-hand quadrant, which is the story. It begins with our capacity to be able to tell our story. And so we can start wherever we are. I love what the poet said, that this place where you are right now, dear pilgrim, God has circled on the map for you. So we begin with story. And that story can start, as I said, wherever you're at. It can be a story about what's happening internally in you, what the kind of inner dynamics of your life are about. Or it can be a story that is rooted in an interpersonal context, a relationship. Begin there. Or maybe it's a story related to a more systemic kind of relationship, what's going on in a group that you're involved with, a church organization or some community. Or perhaps your journey begins with a story of how you are connected or perhaps disconnected to your environment. And so here we create or tap into relational technologies that hold the space for us to tell the story before moving across a threshold of blessing, knowing that we are loved and worthy and can engage in a transformational journey, beginning by opening up the mind, opening up the heart, and opening up the will, surrendering to this emerging future that's happening, this deep well of wisdom. Moving into the biggest possible story, whether you use words of divinity or reality or love with a capital L, we locate our transformative journey in that deep well of the largest possible context before being propelled by that place across the threshold of inconsummation, knowing that the journey's never really complete. It's inconsummate. It's always kind of on in development. But the experience of divinity or this deep experience of emergence is intended to propel us into the world through a process of discernment, sifting through what gifts or balms that we've discovered or been given on this journey and how we can bring that into the world. And then what do we need around us to co-create together to bring these gifts into the context of our lives in any one of those quadrants, whether it be interpersonally, relationally, systemically, or environmentally. So I hope this is helpful, just as a brief introduction. There's a lot more on the website, alliesonthejourney.com. I hope to connect with you and share. Hopefully we can sit around a fire sometime to share more of this great work. Thanks.